But first, we have Joe Freihofer live at Munn Ice Arena to tell us what's happening on the ice. Joe?
Yeah, guys, it might be chilly outside, but here on the ice behind me tonight, things are going to be heating up. The Ohio State Buckeyes roll into town for a two-game stretch against Michigan State here inside Munn. Puck is set to drop at 7 p.m.
De niña, ¿tienes un recuerdo que fue fundamental para tu pasión para el juego de golf ahora?
But the human highlight reel himself in James L. Davis Jr. has to put on a show here tonight in enemy territory.
Winston, fancy step, Tillman the jam. Problems given him. Here's Kai Winston, who sinks a triple over his brother Cassius. Feed to Winston, tosses it up. Julius Marble! Welcome to East Lansing, young fella. Have yourself a flush.
After an 8-game win streak that included a career high for Cassius Winston against the University of Michigan and 5 double-doubles for Xavier Tillman over the stretch, everything unraveled this past Sunday when the Michigan State Spartans fell to Purdue over in Mackey Arena, making it their worst loss of the season.
Hola a todos, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos al Estadio Sardinero aquí en Santander, España, donde en solo un día el equipo Real Racing Club tiene un gran partido contra Atlético Baleares.
It's great for them.
Corrigan low ball, what a finish! Ryan Sierakowski with the cheeky heel flick. The seniors having a field day in the Elite Eight. It's electric here in East Lansing, and Sierakowski's got a nose for the back of the net. He finds it again, 2-1 Spartans. Top of the box with space, dinks it off to George, who turns, sends it to the back post. Clinical from the true freshman. Elation in East Lansing. The knee slide, 2-1 Spartans. Clears that one away. That'll do it here. Goodbye, East Lansing. Hello, Santa Barbara, California. It's the Final Four for Damon Rensing's Michigan State, and what a way to do it. Here, in towards the box. Handled by the Buckeyes. Miller, look at the curl on that strike. Finds the post. Watungu off the crossbar. Mutatu. And that goes out of bounds. That is one of the finest sequences of collegiate soccer you'll see all season long.
Mel Tucker, he jumps into the position just hours before signing day. I'm sure so much was going through his head. What do you make of how well he's handled being thrown into the position, especially with the way Michigan State wants to get that program back to prominence?
Yeah, if you look at how quickly everything transpired, Mark D'Antonio retires on February 4th, and about 8 days later they have Mel Tucker appointed as head coach.
Twice a week, the club meets here inside Dem Hall for a little indoor hockey. For that, all you need is a set of wheels and one of these. In a place that's usually reserved for horses,
it's one of the biggest shows.
Today, it's reserved for those who love trains. Some people like to describe them as
an addiction.
While others say they're
really awesome.
We expect over 3,000 people to come to the train show. We expect everybody from ages 5 to 95 here.
People of all ages have come out and packed the pavilion behind me. Hundreds of vendors, over 500 to be exact, and countless model train setups such as the Z-Track, a special type of mini, well, come on, I'll show you. It's a model train on a scale so small it could fit right in your own living room.
How are you?
David Wentworth has spent more than a year on his display.
It's sort of fun and miniaturization, but you can do a nice detailed scene.
Everybody from the vendors,
We got up at 4 a.m.
down to even the furriest customers,
You ask anybody in here, they'll remember her before they remember me.
has their own special reason for coming.
When you're at home and you're packing, you think, oh dear, this is a lot of work. And then you see the kids and the expressions, and it's worth it.
For Stacy Lamb, her reason is family.
I'm a very family-oriented person, so it just it almost brings me to tears just to be able to do this.
As a child, Stacy's grandma helped her to chase her dream. But a few years ago, everything suddenly changed.
Before she got sick, she saw it at least once, so that was very nice and comforting. I'm going to lose it here in a minute, but
Each piece brings back a moment, a memory.
and every single time I put a brick together, it's like grandma's with me.
And every time a little kid's face lights up when it makes its way around the track, chances are her grandma is probably doing the same thing.
It's just nice to know that, in a way, she's still here.
In East Lansing, Joe Freihofer, Focal Point News.
Our Are you going home?
Are you going home? It's the question we all find ourselves asking.
Like no one's here.
The unthinkable is happening.
Now we got to keep 6 feet.
All classes canceled.
6 foot distance, I've been told.
Yeah, I'm excited for like the time off and more like to do it on my schedule, I guess.
50,000 students will finish out their classes online after 2 coronavirus cases surface in Michigan.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime event. I went to the University of Wisconsin, and the school never even shut down for a day, let alone closed for a month.
The news hit campus Wednesday morning.
It was the very beginning of my 10:20 class. It flashed across the screen. Classes will be canceled at noon, live classes.
Ray Schmidgall spent more than half of his life here.
This is year number 45.
Not exactly the way he expected his last 2 months on campus to
This
end.
is my last semester. My contract is over on May 15th.
This is how it will end. Empty cafeterias and cleaning campus-wide.
We clean every single door handle in the entire building.
I've definitely seen more people using hand sanitizer. Masks have been more prevalent.
This is the new normal.
I think we need to go back to normal as soon as we can.
For Ray,
I'm saddened. Why am I retiring?
maybe it's because he can spend more time.
I really have asked myself that question a few times.
With his 11 grandkids.
These are my grandchildren, some of them.
But for his students.
The young people have dreams. I can help them.
He'll have to be okay with seeing them online from his office.
I want to see us come out of this coronavirus strong. My students are, for the most part, gone, but I'm going to keep teaching them, and we want to make a difference with them.
Not the way he ever would have thought his 45 years of teaching would end.
But maybe it is the best thing to do, but I don't like it.
In East Lansing, Joe Freihofer, Focal Point News.
A morning sunrise, sprinkles, and a little energy. 3 key ingredients to surviving the wait.
Michigan State.
And the cold, 7 degrees to be exact.
We actually live in Chicago. We drove back just for this.
Everyone has their strategies.
Got to toast the burger bun a little bit. Other than that, there's really no helping it.
Or lack thereof.
I have Crocs on too, so my feet are a little chilly. Feet warmers.
I sacrificed an exam grade for this.
There's no questioning the loyalty of these fans.
She's been here before. Her little sister's sleeping. Her little sister is actually named Breslin.
Not one bit. But once 9:30 came and the doors opened, the show was about to begin. For the second year in a row, College Game Day rolls into East Lansing, and despite being unranked, coming into tip-off tonight, Michigan State find themselves at a 6.5-point favorite.
The games are always magnificent. The environment is terrific, for our show especially. I mean, you think about some of the great places we've been and the great environments. The E-Zone shows up, and so does the rest of the student body.
From half-court heaves to win $19,000, to breaking down the biggest matchups of the day. It's a front row seat to ESPN's biggest live show of the weekend.
My toes are still frozen, but I'm just happy to be in the warm.
You can even bring in a bowl of cereal. But you will have to wait until next season to see if the big orange bus rolls into town again. In East Lansing, Joe Freihofer, Focal Point News.